Suriname is fairly unknown in footballing terms, or any other type of recognition for that matter. However, it is a footballing anomaly. Situated on the northernmost coast of South America, bordering Brazil, Guyana, and the French overseas territory of French Guiana. However, this is where the first oddity occurs. Despite being in South America and lying further south than countries such as Venezuela, it is a member of North American footballing body CONCACAF, as opposed to the South American body CONMEBOL. The main reason for this is distance. Suriname, at the northernmost tip of South America, is actually closer to all of the southern Caribbean than any other South American capital other than Georgetown, the capital of Guyana, who are also a member of CONCACAF. The Chilean capital, Santiago, at 2,760 miles away, is further than every CONCACAF member other than the US and Canada. This means transport costs are greatly reduced by playing in CONCACAF, which is helpful for a small nation with a minimal budget and allows spare cash to be spent on grassroots projects instead. Secondly, the Surinamese people are more similar in terms of culture to those in the Caribbean, relating to the fact that it was under Dutch control up until 1975, formerly known as Dutch Guiana. With many other Caribbean countries suffering the same fate, the ethnicity of the population is similar due to the influx of African slaves, whereas South American countries have more Hispanic origins. And finally, the Surinamese national team is far inferior to the members of CONMEBOL. It would be infeasible to compete in arguably the most tough football environment in continental football. The side are so much more suited to playing in the Caribbean and Central American nations where resources are limited and they have more chances of qualifying for major tournaments. Perhaps the most frustrating thing from a Surinamese perspective is that despite never having qualified for a World Cup, if you assembled an all-time 11 from players born in the country, it would bear the names of European legends Ruud Gullit, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and Clarence Seedorf. All, however, never have made an appearance for the nation. This is because they were eligible to play for Netherlands and therefore picked the much stronger footballing nation than the South American minnows. This was seen as the final straw by the Surinamese, who had already had their homelands transformed after centuries of Dutch colonialism and resulted in the banning of any player appearing for the national team if they moved to Holland to ply their trade. Domestically, Suriname were a powerhouse of North America in the late 1900s, with clubs from the country making the CONCACAF Champions League semi-final 12 times and the final twice, with Transvaal, who have been ranked the 5th best club in North America for the 20th century, winning both. Robin Hood, the country's best domestic side, made 5 of these semi-finals but never won one and were ranked 3rd on said list. However, since the turn of the century, both have faded into the ignominy, with Robin Hood even being relegated in 2014. Both countries currently play in the top classer, the country's top flight. The nation is currently ranked 101st in the world, below St. Kitts and Nevis and above the Solomon Islands of Oceania. They look no closer to qualifying for a major international tournament, unless you count the Gold Cup, and their golden generation of players that never made an appearance for the country seems to have passed forever.